You built something new. There are a few stations in between, but we're talking Salto X. I quickly mentioned in the beginning it's a solution for employee stock options, and you already mentioned that it's super important to incentivize the right people and incentivize the team. What would you say currently, and speaking from a European or global perspective, what is wrong with employee stock options at the
Mhm.
moment?
The most crazy is that I recently spoke with someone who worked in Skype and who has been advising other people how to start stock option plans, and she said ESOP stock option plans are fraud almost. It's like what? The reason was simple is that this exact person had stock options in Skype but didn't get any money out of that. And I think that there are it's a little bit similar for me, like as we had in CRM. It's extremely boring if I'm being like it's way more cooler to build something like TikTok, whatever thing. But what is challenging here is that there are too many challenges and it's keep changing. So first of all, exactly is that okay, how to start it up and how exactly building this plan, who gets how much. That's the first thing. Exactly, 10% advisor is no way. But you need to also same way think about how to build it in the ways that you can motivate not only people first year but second, third, and when you're like 5, 6 years old and have like 400 people, and that's actually needs mathematical things and so on. That's the first thing. Second of all, the things has changed because remote is everything, and now we are hitting new challenge here. If you have people working from 7 countries, you start to have like tax questions and so on, and that's getting a little bit more and more because if you look broader picture in US, stock options is given approximately 8 to 9% of the companies. That's huge. In Europe, less than one, which is like something totally wrong here because stock options in US is not only used by startups but many other companies to motivate people and so on. So I would say that the challenge what we have in Europe is that US is just one legal logic, plus and minuses. Even though there are so many states, it kind of works pretty similar in different ways. Europe is just so many different countries, and even though we have European Union law system, you have local tax differences, and this all basically needs that. Come on, if you're starting a company, that would most likely the last thing you want to think about. You just want to build a product. You want to put time there. You want to hire best people. But again, hire best people. And we basically now, when I started to basically build how companies could build a plan, fix it working right, and now goes the interesting part: give stock options in the ways that people are understanding it. The challenge what I have seen, which I did not realize before, is that okay, you do stock option plan, you figure out the legal part, you sign the documents, and then you will go and ask, does people understanding it? The result can be that 70-80% people who receive options don't understand what did they received. So educational part or like understanding and communicating is even more because the tools which existing now, you can use cap table tools, yes. Many times you just sign the contract, it stays in your mailbox, and then the one moment you might get it, but many times you even like forgot it. I have seen cases that people don't buy them out because they just don't understand what it is, and that's the tragic because founders, many of them wanna share, but this process has similar steps, and you just don't focus that, and there aren't actually tools around that because in the sense you can do basically everything on the Excel. You can sell, you can give that, but if you don't communicate, if you don't educate and take that effort, then it's basically failing, which means it actually is meant to motivate people, but it does not. And that's exactly what we are building now under the hood. How to solve that problem is that you have one basically company, one tool, and all which focusing that part, and only that you can give them, but be sure that people who receive them understand, and all this works out from the legal perspective, tax, and so on.